in which we will get to know how will we use this Bolt IoT module to make a beautiful project. So from this thing, I will share my screen and show the PPT that will present something here. So so the device name is Virtual Switchbox, and through that name we will get to know lots of things. A virtual thing which is not available physically to all of us, like it will be like a non-physical a fictional thing. Okay. And the second one is a switchboard, and as usual we all know about the switchboard where we have the switches to turn on and turn off our electrical appliances. Okay. So the main or the tagline for this thing is the board that doesn't exist. There will be a box, but that won't be shown up to anyone, and it will be like it doesn't exist anywhere in the house. So this is the brief description of this device, and all thanks for making this thing like. I'm just very grateful to have a device like Bolt IoT. Okay. So, as you all know that, like my name is Vipin Kumar Yadav. I'm the creator of this virtual switchboard. I'm pursuing BTech degree from Indus Institute of Technology and Management, Bilhaur, Kanpur, and I'm in like fourth year of this BTech degree, and like just almost completed my degree. Okay, and I'm very glad. I'm very glad and glad to get the chance to introduce my creation in front of all of you, like how this works, what things will be needed to make this project, make this device, and how is it work. I will show you. I will tell you everything, how to do it and how to make it in your home too. I would like. I'm very thankful to Bolton for giving me this opportunity to showcase my device, like how it works and how is it goes. Okay. So first thing, I will just introduce. I just wanted to assume you all that assume a situation where we just completed our dinner and we are just going to our bed to have a beautiful sleep with a beautiful dream. Okay. Suddenly, we just get to know that like we just forgot our hall bulb or maybe our dining room bulb where we can't which is pretty far from our room. So what will be that situation? Uh, the main thing what we do. Many times we just leave the bulb as it is because maybe we are just being a little lazy. We don't want it to just disturb our sleep and go and just switch off that bulb. But sometimes our elders or some other ones said us to just switch off that light bulb. It just wasting our electricity and all of stuff. So what we do, we just disturb our sleep. We are just going to have a beautiful dream, but we have to disturb that thing. So in that case we will just wake up from that bed and go to and switch off that bulb. That thing is a little painful for for our sleep and like for our mood. It just goes from a very good mood to a very bad mood. So what we can do, what if now I will say that, like, what if this device is installed at your home? Okay, this is a small piece of some hardware which is installed at your home. It won't be just like shown up to your wall. It will be an invisible thing. You don't for in that case you don't even have to think to touch any physical button, neither a switch or that MCB or anything to turn off your appliances, electrical appliances. Maybe you wanted to switch off the electrical appliances or switch on the appliances. It just matter what you wanted to do. You don't even have to think about any touching of any physical buttons. So how will we do that? We will just open our web page in our mobile phones, tab on a web page button, there will be a virtual button which is present on your mobile phone, and the mobile phone is just beside to you. You just have to grab that thing, go to a page, web page, which will be which is in under development. You will just go to that web page and just click on a button. It will switch on, switch our desired port. It will switch it on or switch it off according to your preference. Any button which is connected to that port, you can just access that button from anywhere in your house. Or you can just have an internet connection, and you can have the access of your home appliances, home electricity appliances from anywhere in the world. You just have a proper internet connection. Just log into our web page. Just have it. You don't even have to come to your home, and or maybe you just a very very common situation in our life. We all know a common situation. We just have uh, just suppose that we are going to a trip, okay, and you just locked your door and just grab a cab which is waiting for you at your doorstep, and you just go to that cab and cab started moving on. You just suddenly think that you are just thinking that you have forget something. You have forget to switch off any bulb or any electric appliances which has to be off in your home. What will you do? You can't do anything. You can't say your cab to just go back to your home and then pick it up. It will be a time waste for you. What you can do, you just have to log into our web page, which is probably all the time it will be on, and you just have to log in to that page. Have a click on any desired port that you wanted to switch it on or switch it off. You can just click on that button and it will be done. That's it. You don't even have to think about like whether it will be on or will be off. It's just like a smooth thing. You just click on a click on a button on your web page. It will be off. It's just simple as that thing. Okay. So let's talk about some hardware components that I have used in my devices. So there are three main components that I use uh, in my device. So the first thing and the most important thing in my device is bolt IT device. So what is the main purpose for using this device? So my sole purpose to use this device is for the convenient thing. It is very convenient to use. It's just like if you just give it to anyone, like anyone in to your friend circle, which does not have any hardware knowledge. He can also use this bolt IT device because it's so simple and easy to use. Okay, so what do you do? Like in general terms, what Bolt IT device does, it just use to get a signal from the internet that we are providing to it, and it will send it to our switchboards. Okay, so the thing which will be going in your head will be like how it works, like how it just catches that signal from the internet. So it's just simple. It just uses a Wi-Fi module in its module, and it just connect from the internet. So whenever you just send any signal to that board, to that device, it will just get back signal from the internet and send it to the switchboard, which is connected to that like GPIO pins. We will use that thing, and I will tell you like what are those GPIO pins and what we do about that thing. So the second thing that I have used is a sensor. So sensor is a electronic device which is used to sense something. It will sense some our environmental things like temperature, humidity, light, and many more. It is that type of. So the sensor that I have used was a temperature sensor, which is named as LM35. Okay. So this temperature sensor used to sense the temperature, and I will let you know what it does in our device. So now the third thing, which is the second most important thing in our device, is four relay board. There is a board which have four relays. So the relay work is why this thing is important, because it works like a switch. In general terms, it work like a switch where we just send a signal to it and it will turn it on or turn it off. So I will later in the session I will tell you how is it work or how we will have to connect to it. So this is are the three devices that I have used, or three hardware components, and their pictures are these. So the middle one is Bolt IoT module, which have this general configuration. Okay, so on the left side you can see like there are one, two, three, and four. So these are the GPIO pins, general purpose input output pins. So what will what this pin does? Okay, so this pin takes the input or the output. It takes the input other, or it gives the output. It's just like a general purpose thing, like whatever we assign to it, either input thing or a output thing, it will just work like that. So in my case I have put that thing as an output button, where whenever it gets any type of signal from the internet, it will just send it to these GPIO pins, which are later connected to that relay board, which is on the left side. So if you can see just right here, there are some connection written over here. GND, IN1, IN2, IN3, IN4, and VCC. So this is the thing where we used to connect these four GPIO pins. So how will we connect these things? So the first one, as I just told you, these are the GPIO pins, and this will be connected to the left side pin. So the GND one will be connected to the ground pin, which is on the right side of the bolt IoT, as we can see it here. Here, here we have GND pin, which is on the last third pin on the right side. It is a ground thing. GND means a ground, and the last pin over that four relay board, which is VCC. VCC is a powering thing, like we have to give some power to that relay board to work. So in this case we will give a 5 volt power supply to that thing, which we can just give it from the bolt IoT. So if we see on the right side at the bottom pin, there is a 5 volt channel, which will we can use it in that VCC. Okay, so when we connect the ground and the VCC to that four relay module, so what it does, it will get the power to use the relay which are installed in this board. Okay, so if you can see, there are four boxes on the left side of this relay board, like these four boards, which are known as a relay. So how it works? It works like we just give a electronic like electric current to that thing. It will just generate a magnetic field, which attracts the pin to connect it. So whenever at the when we doesn't give any power supply to it, it will be on the steady state, where it is not connected to the second things. Like if we can just go see on our left side, there are three screws which are like this, where the mid one was a common thing, which is a common, where we have to insert a single pin, and there are left side and the right side. So on the steady state, like when we don't give any power, the journal pin was connected toward its left side. So whenever we just when we just give the power to that relay, it just connected toward the right side. So if we just not go to that in the in its working or things, we can easily say that there is a switch which will be used as a switch. Like when we just click on that, it will connect it to uh, two wires, and it will short those wires, and it will work. It will make a closed circuit, and the electricity will just flow into that closed circuit. Okay, so for using that things, we can just use all where's my mouse? Okay, hold up. So what we can do here? Okay, so we can just use these lines. Okay, so these are the two lines. These are the two screws or the two ports where we will use it as a switch. What we will do, we will just connect two wires which we have to connect to it, like the main wire and the LED wire. So how it will be? So just suppose that this is a bulb and there is a battery and this is a open circuit. Okay. So for just lightening this bulb, what will we do? We will just connect this thing and this will become a closed circuit. Sorry for this lighting. This will become a closed circuit and the electricity will lighten the bulb. So the open circuit will be like this. Okay. So where is that thing? We will just connect our relay to this point. We will just insert these things to our relay box. Okay. So this will be the relay box and we will just connect these two lines to it and it will do the work what we will say. Okay. So I will just clear the screen. Okay, thank you. So I will just make a simple thing, a simple diagram or a connecting thing. What will be the connection? So ground will be connected to ground. 5 volt will be connected to the VCC. Now the rest are IN1, IN2, IN3 and IN4. So these will be connected to these pins. Like 1 will be connected to IN1, 2 will be connected to IN2, 3 will be connected to IN3 and fourth one will be connected to IN4. So all this will be like this connections. And now if you are thinking like what does this, like how will we connect this one, this sensor? So as we can see it here, like uh, it also has a VCC, a output and GND. So what will we do? We will just also give a power supply to it to work with this thing. So how will we do it like that? Like we will just give another power supply from this 5 volt port to this VCC, and the second ground will be connected to its ground. Now the main one is the middleware, which will be connected to A0. So now what will be happen and what is A0? So A0 is a analog port where we will get the analog buttons or some analog signals which we will connect it to our desired things. Like sometimes we don't get the simple outputs. So there are some outputs we will get like a digital output or an analog output. So from LM35 we will get an analog output, and from that we will just have a simple formula to calculate like what is the temperature to work with. So that formula I will just tell you in my code. So for now this will be the connection, and I'm so sorry for this mashup. If you can't figure it out what is happening over here, I will just show you my document, how is it working. I will just show that thing. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so let's clear this thing. Now we will just move to our second. So now the software part. Now, as we all know that like we can't work only on our hardware thing. We also need a software to work with it. So what will we use? We are using some advanced programming languages such as Python, where we use a TK enter module. So what is this? TK enter module is a module which is used to create a GUI, graphical user interface. So where I will later show you like how is it shows like, or I will just show you a demo like what it look like. Okay. So for now I have used Python with the TK Hunter module to work with these things. So as a backend, I have used Python, and as a front end, I also use Python. So this is the thing. So Python is a Python editor which I have used because it's too easy to work with. And the last thing is Bolt IoT Python module. So there is a Python module, Bolt, which is provided by Bolt. So where we can use to just program whatever we wanted to, whether we wanted to give any signal to that device, or we wanted to get any output from that. So these are the software things that I have used. So if you're thinking about that LM35, like what it does, so I will just give you a scenario, or or I will say a silent feature of this device, like how why it is so special. So let's assume we are just sleeping on our our bed. I'm so sorry for always saying that we are just going to our bed. So that scenario is this thing, like we are just sleeping in our room, in the midnight. We just our body just said that, our instinct just said that the temperature of our room just goes too low, that low that we need to cover our body, or to maintain the warm in our body. So at that time, most of us, what will we do? We will just start searching for a blanket to just cover our body. So at that point, we all know that, like, by covering our body, it will provide some warm temperature, or just heated up our body to just have a good sleep. Now just think about that thing, like it's our one of the unluckiest day. So we don't have any blanket on our bed. We are just going to sleep without a blanket. What will we do? Sometimes we will just break our sleep, someone else will just cover it ourselves, just seeing that we are just having a bad dream. So at that point, when we don't have any blanket in our room, we will just break our sleep, where we just go and switch off the fan. So I think like it is a very noisy thing for our sleep cycle, because it will just break our sleep, and we will just get up and go to the switchboard and switch off the fan. So now what this device does, it just install in our room. If this device is installed in our room, it will always measure the room's temperature whenever it goes low. Like there is an specific temperature, like around 22 or 20 degrees Celsius, where it just goes below that 20 degrees Celsius, it will just stop the power supply of that fan, and the fan will it will be switched off. So that will be much easier for us to just have a good sleep. We don't have to search any blanket over there. Now, what if I know that, like, this is not a perfect thing to work with, or a perfect device to install in our devices? There is a future scope of this device, where we can where I can say that, like, lots of things to be updated in my device. So some of the things that I have working on it are the few which I have listed over here. I will just tell you what I have done in my future device. Okay. So the future device, the upcoming version of this device will be much advanced, that we don't even have to click or have to go to any web page or any application to access the room appliances. So what will it does? It don't have any web page. It don't have any physical button. So what do you think? How will we control our electrical appliances? It will be much harder to think about, like, what will we do. So the name of my future device is AI automation, where its name says itself. There will be a AI which will automate your home appliances according to your need. Okay, so the device uses an AI named as Jarvis, and I know that Jarvis is a very common AI name for because we all are just like Iron Man fans. So I just also use this name in my program. So and the good thing is like you can change this name according to yourself. If you want something else, you can just name it and it will change that name. So, the device which uses this AI, which is a male voice assistant, which is programmed to do the works according to your commands. So there are so many commands in our code where we used to develop like many commands, some like switch on the bulb, switch off the bulb, switch on the fans, switch off the fans, and sometimes many more. We just have these commands and we will just preloaded this command in our program, and whenever you uses these phrases, it will just do the thing according to that phrase or that command. So this device helps people to operate the appliances with the help of their voice. So the main thing, like if we don't even have to click any button, we will use our voice. There will be a voice receiver in the device in the room. Whenever you just call him, just like Jarvis, it will wake up and ask you like what to do, like how can I help you, sir? So you just have to say the command whatever you wanted to do. So whenever you say switch on the bulb, it will just switch on the bulb with that Bolt IoT and and the mic that it has. And whenever it will be done, it will just ask you like what next to do. So if you have any command, you can just proceed on. Otherwise, you can just say that nothing. I don't have any work to do, or I don't wanted to do anything. Just like that, as simple as it is. So with the help of our voice, they does not have to touch any button, neither physical nor virtual, as I mentioned earlier. Just give the command through our voice, and the work will be done by the artificial intelligence itself. Since this artificial intelligence is introduces in our future products, so what it will do, I will just give you a brief about that thing. So there will be a mic which will just uh, collect the voice from the surrounding, and over there it will just rectify whatever you have said. It will just convert the audio to the text, and according to that command that you have given, it will just do the work. So this is the future scope of our device. I also have like a video, a full detailed working video of this AI automation, like how does it work, how does it usually do, like all the working about that device, like whether it works like how, what are the commands that we will have to use to work with that thing. I have that video over here. So I will just give you the link of this. Okay, just hold on. I will just open this thing and I will just give you the link in the chat. You can just have it and go to that thing. Okay, just hold on. So I just share the link in the chat. If you wanted to know more about this future device and the future scope of this device, you can just have it and see this video. You will get to know like how this device works, like everything I have told in that, like how it works, what commands it will have, and everything. Okay, so where I am. So sorry. So I have shown you like how is it we build it. We just need three devices to work with, and the connection I will just show you right now. Okay. So the connections over here. I will hold up. So this is the document over here that that have the steps to how to work with this, how to build this on our own self. Okay, so there are around 7 steps for how to build these things. This is the Bolt IoT device. This is okay, hold up, maybe you are not able to see what I am showing you. I will just share my whole screen on it. Okay, so can you just see now? Now, can anyone tell me? Can you see the screen, the document screen? Ah, thank you, Raj. Okay, so this is the document, like how to build the things. I will also share it in the chats. If you wanted to work with this thing, you can have it. Hold up, I will just give you. Drop it here. Okay, no problem. I will just. So here is a document. If you wanted to make this in your home, you can just use this thing. Okay. So now this is all the thing from my side, explaining how everything in our device. So if you have, okay, so can you do a little recap of, yeah, sure. So I will just show you like a little recap, like what we have discussed over this meeting. I have just a little recap about it. Okay, so this is the thing. So there is a device. There is a device which is known as, or which I have called it like virtual switch box, where we used to. Uh, so what will it? What will I say? I just say that it will just connect you with your switchboard without even having any physical button over there. So now, what are the hardware components to use that thing? That is four relay board, a module which have four relays in that board. Second is bolt I2 module, which is most important thing and one of the best thing in the market to work with. And the last one is LM35. So I'll just do this. LM35. This is a temperature sensor which is used to sense the temperature. The second thing is our software, which I have used is a Python thing. And okay, now I will also show you the code, like a little brief about my code, how does it work or everything. Just hold up. Uh, okay, so this is the thing over here. What we have, like as I just told you, or just mentioned above in this session, like we have a Bolt IoT module. One of the reason that I use Bolt IoT is that this is very comfortable with that Python thing, because as we all know that Python is a good language to work with. So so that thing, that's why I just work with the Python. It's very easy to work with and very easy to learn. So if you can just have a little knowledge about the computer language, any computer language, about like C or C++, you can have, you can easily learn the Python thing too. So Python is very easy to work with, so I also choose Python to work with. So the Bolt IoT thing just give this freedom to work with this Python module. Any other things like Arduino or any other IoT modules, they does not have any like physical any Python accessibility. Like they all have their own things. So that's why one of the reason that I use this thing too. So yeah, you can have this source code to, as your reference. Okay. uh, yeah, sure. You also can make a Python game with this. You can also make a game with Python. I will just tell you one more time. I also have my. I will just give you my social media handle, and you can just DM me. I will just show you how that works. So now come to this thing. Now, as you can see, I have mentioned you that we will use a Bolt Python module. So that module named as Bolt IoT. The second one is PK Inter, which we use over here to make a GUI. And like if this thing works over here, I will show you like how it look to. So it says there's a simple error which is over here, a Bolt IoT thing. I'll just fix this thing. Hold up. So this is a command to install any module in our Python code. So just a few seconds, it will download the Bolt IoT. Okay. So so this is the window. This is the GUI or graphical user interface thing where I just uses two functions or two boards over here, like two labels, which are board device name and API key. So whenever we wanted to use our bold thing, we need two things: bold device name, which will be like bold, and the number like 7462 or anything that it will be. There will this that thing will be put over here. I don't know like what was that thing. Okay, now the second thing is the API key. So if we go to this document, I also have that code which contain that API. This is the API. So if we just log into your cloud, Bolt Cloud, you can have this API thing too. So I don't know, or maybe I'm not sure it will work. Oh, so sorry, it won't work. It will just say that it does not have the internet connection or the Bolt IoT device because it is device. It is offline. Okay. So this is the thing. As I didn't give any power to that to my bold device, it will be just like this. It will show us like your device is not offline, is not online. It is offline. So what will we have to do? We just have to connect our bold device to that to the internet. It will show you just like uh, your device is online, and after that you can just have some things to work with. Okay, so I will just explain you a brief explanation like what all the things it will work. So here is the main function. This is the main function which will be using to call that GUI thing. So after calling all those things, there is also a function sub button which will just do the command thing. It will just check the status of our board thing, like whether it is online or offline. Okay, so this is the brief description about this thing. If any one of you want to just have it, I will just share this file with you. Oh, I think I have sent someone. Okay. Okay, so this is the whole thing that I am here. Okay, I will just give you all the things that I have over here. So this is AI and this is the document thing. And I will also share the link of okay, MI app inventor used for mobile application. No, sorry for this thing. I didn't use any or I didn't develop any mobile application for this thing. I just used two things. First is this computer application which is used to make by um, Python, and the second one is my website. I will just show you the website and also share you the link. Okay, over here. Sorry. So this is the link for my website where I used to work with. I have some things over here, and I also have a game which is developed by the Python. So if you wanted to check, then check that thing. Okay, so here is the login password where we just go and go over it. Okay, so this is the simple thing that I have made for web things. Okay, so if I wanted any of this code, we will just have to click on the button and it will on that thing and off that of any of the code. So for now, this is in the testing phase, so I can't really show you like how it work. I'm so sorry for that thing. It is in developing mode. Okay, so hi Vipin, can you explain how LM35 sensor works? LM35 is a temperature sensor, and it just sense the temperature from the surrounding, and it will just deliver that detail in an analog mode, which is collected by that Bolt IoT thing. And if I have that password, there is a formula used. So where is the formula? I know. Sorry for that, but it will just on it off. Just check that temperature over that room, and it sent to that Bolt IoT thing. And after that, the program will just calculate the temperature of that room and work according to it. Okay, and can we use 0 to on and 1 to off? Yeah, sure, you can use that thing. You just have to change some few things over the code, where I will just show you. Hold it up. So here are the things. So this is the sample code for my future one. So I will just wanted to show you things. Yeah, so this is the function which is given by our Bolt module or Bolt IoT thing, where you just use this thing as a port, and low for the zero, and high for the starting over it, just like on that one. So over here you can just use it according to your will. Okay, so that is from my side. If you anyone have any question about this device, how it works or how it goes, just ask it from the chat. It is in the beta phase. I'm working on it. I fully didn't develop that thing. I just work it as a project, so that's why it's in the beta phase. I will just working on it to make it a developed project, and as it will be done, I will just let you know about that. Okay, so I will just website is not opening in and showing Gearbest. Okay, which one? Are you talking about that RA file, WAR file? Okay, WAR file. I will just give you again, or I will just make it zip file for you. Okay, say something. Okay, maybe this is open. That's why it's working. Okay, okay, hold up. Thank you for letting me know about this one. I'm so sorry for that inconvenience. I'll just do it once again. Okay, no problem. I will just give you. Have it. And at last, thank you so much for being in this webinar. Sir, is C is more harder than C++? That's a good question. But what I am using it like, I will just have a brief thing, like just pre-programming language. So I won't say that any of that language is much harder. If you wanted to learn things, that more the thing, both the things are the same. And as for my like purpose or my like vision, what is much more harder, so I will say C++ is more harder than C because it has oops concept too. So if you wanted to master C++, you also have to learn the oops concepts, object oriented programming. But in C it does not have that thing. But I won't say that C is also easier thing. Yeah, C plus plus is accurate because it has some new things. Where is the file? Can't see. I have. There is the